You know, when we talk about AI and privacy, we're usually worried about one thing, an AI repeating sensitive stuff it saw in its training data. But what if I told you there's a new threat? A much sneakier one that has nothing to do with repeating what it already knows, and everything to do with guessing what you're not telling it.
So, check out this comment. Somebody posted it on some anonymous forum online. Seems totally harmless, right? Just someone venting about their commutes. There are no names, no cities mentioned, no personal details at all. Or at least that's what it looks like.
If you or I saw this, we'd just scroll right past it. But what happens when you feed this one simple sentence to a powerful AI? And boom, just like that, the AI figures out the user is from Melbourne, Australia. How? Well, that little phrase, hook turn, is a dead giveaway. It's a super specific, kind of weird traffic maneuver that's almost exclusively used in Melbourne. Now, this isn't memorization. The AI has never seen this exact comment before. This is something else entirely. And this new superpower, this digital detective work, it has a name: inference. And trust me, it's about to completely change how we think about our privacy online.
Okay, so let's get really clear on the difference here, because it's super important. Memorization, that's the old threat we're used to. It's just the AI basically acting like a parrot, spitting out something it's already seen. But inference is way, way smarter. It's about the AI connecting dots you didn't even know were there, reading between the lines and figuring out totally new facts about you from the little clues you leave behind. So, bottom line, inference is an AI's ability to figure out who you are, where you live, maybe even your income level, even if you are super careful and never, ever say those things outright. And this isn't just some sci-fi idea. Some brilliant folks over at ETH Zurich decided they wanted to put this to the test. They set out to actually measure how good these AIs have gotten at uncovering our secrets. So here's what they did. They built this special data set using real, public profiles from Reddit. They went through hundreds of accounts and, by hand, tagged personal details like age, location, and income to create a kind of answer key. That way they could check the AI's guesses against the actual truth. And when they finally let the AIs loose on this data, well, the results were pretty mind-blowing. Just take a look at this. All the way on the right, you've got professional human analysts, and right next to them, that's GPT-4, performing pretty much at a human level. But here's the crazy part. The humans had extra cheat sheets. They could see stuff like which subreddit the comments were in, which gives so much context. The AI didn't get any of that. To put a hard number on it, GPT-4 was right about a person's private details 85.5% of the time, just from their anonymous comments. That is an insane hit rate. But it's not just about accuracy. Here's where it gets really nuts. Doing this kind of analysis with an AI is 100 times cheaper than hiring a person to do it. And it's 240 times faster. So we're not talking about a small step up here. This is a total game changer. It means that for the first time ever, this kind of massive automated profiling isn't just possible. It's cheap and it's easy. Okay, so this all sounds pretty scary, right? The obvious question is, what can we even do about it? How do we protect ourselves? Well, there are two main ideas people usually throw around. First, you could use a tool to automatically scrub your writing of personal info. It's called anonymization. Or second, you could just trust the AI companies to build safety filters into their models to block these kinds of nosy questions. All right, so let's look at that first idea, anonymization. Does it actually work? Well, the researchers ran all the Reddit comments through a standard anonymizer to strip out any mention of specific places. And GPT-4 could still guess the correct location more than half the time. Yeah, that defense barely put a dent in it. And you know why? It's pretty simple, really. Those tools were built for a world before AI. They're looking for obvious words, like Melbourne. They're not looking for hook turn. They completely miss all the slang, the cultural clues, and the subtle context that these AIs are absolute masters at picking up on. Okay, so plan A is a bust. What about plan B? Can we just trust the AI companies to build in safety features? Well, the researchers found that most of the big models just don't say no. Models from Meta and OpenAI refused these kinds of questions 0% of the time. It turns out their safety filters just aren't looking for this kind of thing right now. Now, everything we've talked about so far is about an AI passively analyzing stuff you've already written. But what happens when the AI gets proactive? This is a thing called an adversarial interaction.
And it's basically a scenario where a chatbot acts all friendly and helpful, but its real goal is to cleverly guide the conversation to trick you into giving up private information. So picture this. A friendly travel bot asks you for some food recommendations. You say, "Oh, well, where I'm from, we're famous for our cheesesteaks." You never said you live in Philly, but you didn't have to. The bot's already put it together. See what just happened? It's not just analyzing your old comments anymore. It's actively pulling secrets out of you in real time.
So when you put all of this together, it's clear we're looking at a huge, fundamental shift in what privacy even means.
The takeaway here is massive. The old rules of privacy are out the window. It's no longer just about protecting the information you consciously decide to share. It's now about understanding that every casual phrase you use, every little bit of slang, could be a puzzle piece for an AI to put together. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. If our own words can betray us in ways we never intended, what does privacy really mean anymore in the age of AI?